K-Mac. Turn the bass down, bring my vocals up. Big shots in the building, we came to burn it up. I ain't came to start.
This is Quality Boxing Talk. Let's get straight to it. The latest chatter has basically been about Gervonta versus Gamboa this past weekend, and then also the up and coming fight between Wilder and Fury. Fury been going kind of, crazy with the antics today, talking about he can't wait to taste Deontay, calling him a bitch and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't really want to taunt the bull, but that's what he been doing. You know what I'm saying? Which ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But what it come down to is that, do people think he can really deliver? And we'll make a video zeroing in on that topic when we get closer to it, but till that time, man, we just gonna focus on the situation at hand, which is Gamboa versus Davis that just happened this past weekend. Great fight. Tank did his thing, but a lot of people is criticizing the performance. A lot of people throwing that word exposed around too easily, saying Tank been exposed. How he been exposed? He ain't really been exposed. I ain't see like a real defensive flaw or something like that. It really wasn't like a conditioning, like a true tired issue. I don't want to say conditioning because that is what it was. It's just conditioning. It's like after the fight, what Tank needs to do is keep on training, you know what I'm saying? Find a way to keep eating good and training good and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Even though he don't got to fight and shit like that, that's what you call conditioning, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. But he's still youthful enough to have enough energy to do 12 rounds and shit like that. It's not a real tired issue. Like, he ain't a tired fighter. I've been seeing real front runners, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tank could still turn up around 9, 10, and 11, so it wasn't that. If he was conditioned, it would have been a different story to me, possibly. He might could have got Gamboa out of there a lot earlier, but give credit to Gamboa, too. You know what I'm saying? He's a crafty veteran. People want to compare him and Terrence and all of this stuff. You can, it's fair to compare, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, I don't think Terrence and Gervonta will ever fight, so that's why I don't think the comparison is really fair, even though they both going at each other because of, the camps that they from and the friends that they hang around and shit. Is just some little chatty patty shit going on right now, but in reality, they'll never fight, you know what I'm saying? Terrence is just too big, and by the time Tank get up there, Terrence probably won't even be around, or he'll be an old man, or he'll probably be at 54 or something like that. But no, Tank ain't been exposed, you know what I'm saying? It was a good fight. It's just a conditioning thing. He depended on that power punch. He knew he had the power to not only drop him but knock out Gamboa, and that's what a lot of power punches tend to do, especially when you seeing that you're knocking out everything that moves. So you know what I'm saying? Wow, it's gonna get to you. Even with Deontay Wilder, it didn't happen to Tyson, it didn't happen to all of them. I'm sure George Foreman, all of them, they expect motherfuckers to just go down, G. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, shout out to Gamboa. He's a crafty veteran. He been down 14 times, but you see he only got 2 losses on that record. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of 14 knockdowns and 2 losses, what that mean? That means champions get back up. That's how I look at it. People be like suspects. The same thing with Amir Khan. It don't matter. I don't even fuck how many times Amir Khan get knocked down. He get back up. You got that same problem until you knock him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times a person like Amir Khan will actually be winning the fight. In this case, Gamboa wasn't winning because he had a ruptured Achilles. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't have no pressure. He ain't had nothing that was going to keep Tank off his ass anyway. But, everybody knows how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he came to do. he would have got knocked out, honestly, if he didn't tear his tendon, because he would have been more aggressive. You understand what I'm saying? He would have, but knowing that you got a torn tendon, you know what I'm saying, you gonna fight a little different, you know what I'm saying? You fighting to survive. You trying to get your shit in, but it ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had no power. You can't plant. It ain't no lateral movement. None of that shit, you know what I'm saying? You throwing across, it ain't no power on it. It is nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Same thing as, again, in basketball. It ain't no dunking, it ain't no crossing over. That's your push. That's everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, I don't take nothing away from Tank's performance, you know what I'm saying? This is professional boxing. Injuries happen. It can happen to anybody, you know what I'm saying? So he had to go in there and do what he had to do regardless of. And again, like people say, you know, you want to blame the fighters for who they fight and stuff like that. No, you got to blame the promoters. And that's what I was really finna go with in this video today. Because everybody talking about Tank and Crawford and all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But, you know, I'm more, at this point, like, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, none of them have any fights as of right now. They all fought. It's over with. It's the end of the year. Okay, I think we need to shift our focus on the promotion. You know what I'm saying? How do we get these fights made? Now, you can't make a motherfucker do what they don't want to do. You can't make a motherfucker do what they don't want to do as far as promoters go. I don't give a fuck if it's Golden Boy, it's Top Rank, it's TMT, it's Eddie Hearn and them with Matchbox. I don't care. You ain't gonna make nobody move. Al Heyman. These dudes gonna move when they want to move, but we got to find out a way to make them move as the fans, because this the shit that we want. You know what I'm saying? To those who are casual boxing fans, and you probably don't understand what or who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Look up Gervonta Tank Davis. Look up Terrence Crawford. Look up Earl Spence. Look up Keith Thurman. Look up Sean Porter. Those are just a few names, few top names that kind of all got something to do with everything I'm talking about. Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. If you look at this video, look up those names, you know what I'm saying, and you won't be disappointed at what you see, you know what I'm saying. I know what I'm seeing, I know what I'm talking about. But it ain't no sense in talking about these fights if these fights ain't happening, haven't happened, or won't happen, you know what I'm saying. So how do we make them happen, you know what I'm saying. I'm telling you what fight we want, you know what I'm saying, and what fight we need, you know what I'm saying. Everybody want to talk about the semantics. No, I want to talk about, let's talk about what's going to get this ball movement. You know what I'm saying? Facts, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this moment, man, we could talk about this and that, if they fought and all of that. What do you think of their Twitter beef and all that other shit? I don't really think too much of it, really. It is what it is. That's what fighters do. They supposed to talk shit to one another. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the game. I don't want to document every single little Twitter word that they share against each other and shit like that, you know what I'm saying. What I do want to focus on is the certain things that they say, you know what I'm saying, like who really want it, and if so, how do we make it happen, and when do we make it happen? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Terrence just fought a mandatory. Let's get the facts out the way. He fought a mandatory, so now he can fight whoever he want to fight. Earl might have a mandatory next because he just fought Sean Porter. Now he unified, so he has 2 belts. So now he will be faced with having to fight 2 different mandatories, maybe twice a year. You understand what I'm saying? And 1 champion by choice. You know what I'm saying? Because he fighting for 2 different sanctioning bodies, and they both got their own mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's the same guy, not ranked number 1 in both sanctioning bodies. So we probably won't see Terrence and Earl in the beginning of 2020. I think we can see it. But after Terrence gotta wait now. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does he fight? They saying Earl coming back like May, June. So I take that back. Even saying that now. Then yeah, Terrence and Spence might not happen. Cause do we want that fight to happen? Terrence and Earl would have to fight at the same time. Terrence would need to be fighting around April, May, June. And Earl would need to be fighting around April, May, June. So it still is a possibility. And I would want them fighting on one of them Floyd dates. Floyd will fight in May or September. And if y'all smart, no bullshit, I ain't even trying to be racist or anything like that, G, but throw Leo Santa Cruz or something on the undercard or something, man, because those are the ones, those are the truest of the boxing fans, at least in the United States to me. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the Mexican fans and then the Polish fans that's really gonna come out. Black people gonna come out for Terrence and Earl, but at the same time, they still ain't notable like Floyd. Like, motherfuckers was coming out for Floyd. So, you know what I'm saying? We want to make this fight the biggest that we can make it. And I say all that to say this is probably why the promoters haven't made the fight. Because Floyd and Pac just fucked the game up with that milking the shit and trying to get the most out of it and the leverage and all of this shit. Like, that shit is played out, man. I'm so tired of that shit. I'm so tired of that. Earl and Terrence is gonna be as big as they gonna be. That's about it. Cause ain't neither one of them like truly interesting like that. No offense, you know what I'm saying? They ain't like Roy Jones. Like, Roy Jones was interesting as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like James Toney. These are some real personalities. Sugar Ray Leonard, man. These are some real personalities. Mike Tyson even. You know what I'm saying? Like. Larry Holmes, he had a personality regardless. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, Earl and Terrence, ain't really got no personality. You know what I'm saying? So the promoters, whether Terrence and Earl know, they gonna use that for an excuse for both of y'all to keep on milking y'all and keeping y'all away from one another until both of y'all true. Like, no, I want him. I don't want nobody else next. Period. Even if Floyd was lying, from an optical standpoint, to see him run up on Pacquiao at the basketball game, that's as clear cut as it is. That you could put it. They had to make it happen. Like, he ran up on my man, you know what I'm saying? So they had to make it. They didn't have to make it happen, but they damn near had to make it happen. G, the optics look crazy. You see what I'm saying? Earl and Terrence already met and sized each other up. So it has to happen. We see that they both want it. Like, ain't no backing down. You know what I'm saying? They both want it, so we gotta make it happen. This is about as big as it's gonna be. Again, to casual fans, every casual fan know who the fuck Floyd Mayweather is off the top of their head. They might not even like boxing. You see what I'm saying? But you know who Floyd is. You see what I'm saying? But who the fuck just like, who? Earl Spence who? What? From where? He fought who? Right. If I say Sean Porter, a lot of people, who? No disrespect, G. But if I say Floyd, oh yeah, I know who that guy is. Exactly, G. That's why you dudes gotta do your due diligence to make yourself known. But we gotta get this fight this year. And the fans gotta push for it, man. If anybody watching this video, you a fan of any other YouTube or anything like that, tell dudes to start making videos about the promotion companies. Like, just different angles, different this, different that. Not putting a bad light on them, just putting pressure on them. Like, hundreds of ways of why this fight and when this fight is gonna happen, man. Period, G. People can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one we want. I don't want to see, because honestly, like people keep saying, I do want to see him fight Sean Porter. I do want to see him, but I want to see him fight Earl. And I want to see him fight right now. And I still want to see him fight Sean and Danny and all these other dudes, but that's the one we want right now. It ain't no milking it, ain't no making it simmer no more. It ain't no making it simmer no more, G. Floyd and Pac did that already. You know what I'm saying? He did that already. That's as high as it's gonna get, G. There are no more $100 million fighters out there. I'm gonna say it again. There are no more $100 million fighters out there. Period. There will never be another $100 million fight for a long time unless Floyd is involved. It's popular and all of this is Canelo. It ain't an opponent out there, and he ain't popular enough to generate 4 or 5 million pay-per-view buys without somebody like Mayweather on the card with him. You see what I'm saying? Pacquiao can't even do it by himself. He could still probably do a strong million by himself. If Floyd come back, he gonna do an average 2 million, and he looking at 2 million like, nah, I can't come back unless it's like 5 million. You see what I'm saying? You see how he think? These niggas out here can't even guarantee like 1 million pay-per-view buys. They might get like 600, 700, 800. Floyd was doing that on his first pay-per-view and shit like that. Roy Jones too. All these dudes, Tyson and shit like that. Like, that's what I'm saying. When you talk about pay-per-view star, that's what they mean. Like Floyd and Tyson and all these dudes, they done set the precedent so high. The gate records and all, even the De La Hoya is like, come on, man. Like, that's pay-per-view numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they talking about. And shit is even more inflated now. So that's what they saying. Like, we can get you there. Some, it's possible, but it's something missing with you guys, and it's personality, man. Motherfuckers just want to fight. That's cool, but you gotta, I don't know. But that's another video for another thing. Again, let's keep the focus on the promotion, man. They just trying to, the number one, they trying to milk it. Period. Okay? 2, protection. The fighter who loses value. Neither promotion is jumping at that fight. And 3, they do what the fuck they want to do, and they want to fucking do it, dude. So those are the 3 factors, man. Just the principle of doing it when the fuck they want to. You know what I'm saying? 3 sound like 1, nah. Milking this money. Try to get the most out of it if your fighter got to lose. That's why 2 is money. So, but man, I'm gonna drop many more videos on this topic, man. I'm finna end this one, so I can keep going on and 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 on. So, it's gonna be better videos in the future and stuff like that, man. I'm just trying to stay consistent, man, and keep giving y'all some substance with this shit, cause a lot of these dudes, they ain't casual YouTubers, they ain't casual fans, but none of that stuff. I don't want to disrespect nobody. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, I got some critical angles that I could add to the game too. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, share. Until next time, this was Quality Boxing Talk, and this is Quality. Peace.